हम प्रोड्यूसर को ले रहे नहीं ले रहे साथ में?
उसको छोड़ दे।
छोड़ो यार।
पता नहीं क्या-क्या कपड़े बोल रहे हैं।
So we're going for Thai food.
Most people's idea of Thai food turns out to be like the curries, which is Gayeng. Fact is, I don't order that shit. I ordered like tandoori chicken in Indian restaurant. Hey, I know Indian food.
I'm very surprised. So look, Thai curries, sadly, but they have shitloads of coconut, galangal. It's a lot more similarity to Indian, South Indian food, especially. Like Chinese is everywhere. Why don't we have more Thai food everywhere in India?
Because this is a huge Indian community in Bangkok, right? And I'm surprised they haven't gone back and sort of opened up more Thai places.
Yeah, everyone goes to Thailand and doesn't come back.
But I think it's got to do with those really aromatic condiments that the Thai use, right? Like fish sauce, galangal and fish paste and shrimp paste, and might not go down really well with a largely vegetarian sort of base. Sawadika.
Swadika.
Welcome.
Like your usual Indian customer that comes in, right? What do you think they always order? They have a certain expectation.
If we follow the people what they complain, they're not wrong at all.
Right.
But what experience they get is not same like what I try to do it. We try to stand, we try to explain. I can change as per your request, but it's not like Thai food.
Right.
That's why I put authentic Thai and Japanese in my restaurant to get challenge and see how people will accept. So you love the Isan food? I make some Isan food.
Yeah! Spicy.
I love it. Take somtam, raw papaya salad, Isan sausage, larb that you get on a cart everywhere in Bangkok. These are all from the northeast province of Isan, and it's famous for a super herbaceous, fermented, and super, super spicy. It's not a meal you'll ever forget. What else? You have spicy mince, yeah. That's gai. Gai doesn't mean beef. I think gai means chicken. Yeah, it's like keema. It's a salad of keema.
We're doing a papaya salad for sure.
Somtam. Chef was talking about something from Isan, so we'll do that, the chill beef salad. And let's go with the somtam, because everybody talks about the somtam. We can start with that.
Spicy enough for you.
Spicy, oh nice. I want to see him, eyeballs should pop out.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Whoa. I should have started with the somtam, no?
There's meat on the table. Oh, this is really good.
This is somtam. Like I said, I have this song on my Spotify list that just sings about somtam.
Try looking sexy eating it.
Huh? That would be sexy eating it. No, the song is very sexy. Hey, we can put it on the audio here, maybe. This can get really spicy, especially if you're drunk and say, pain.
Oh, this is spicy. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
We can do spice here.
Just like, what are you doing? Finishing up my chili supply.
It's cow soy. Not on the menu.
Oh, this is special?
Yes.
Oh, only special people like us get this. No. If you want, you can ask the chef.
I see from the size.
Oh, nice. Could you talk a little bit about, most people are confused. Every time cow soy, they think it's a Burmese cow soy.
I also not sure it's coming from where, but Burmese also have cow soy, but completely different. So they use mostly turmeric.
Yeah.
Only turmeric and not just turmeric and coconut milk. So, but we have the curly paste of the cow soy. So you still have the onion, we have the galangal, we have shrimp paste, we have the dry chili in that.
Okay.
But we have turmeric as well.
So this is another dish which I think will be more acceptable to Indians because it's so similar.
Yeah.
This is like a real good southern curry.
But the Indian love the Indian know more about Burmese.
Burmese, yeah. So do they come and ask you for 50 different ingredients to put in it?
Yep. Chef, I don't have crushed peanut, I don't have fried onion, I don't have fried garlic. I say I have already pickle, vegetable, and chili and lemon.
That's all you need for this, right? Oh.
Then if you love spicy, just add little bit, just wait for the
Lemon and...
Yeah. You gotta put lemon? because it cuts, because it's a little bit on the heavier side, like fattier side. So anything lemon with spice and with heaviness cuts it down, right? Makes it fresher. I am going to go ahead and add radish pickle, and these are the condiments you add. And this is like a sambar, I think. I don't know the name. So it's like, so far everything I've had, right? The somtam is like, that's an Isan food, by the way. This is also Isan food. So this is like, I feel like I'm in northern Thailand right now. But this, it is spot on. It's hard to do, man. I don't know. She said she put fish sauce. You see that? The sauce in the bottom? Yeah. So make sure you dip it. Most Indians know this as a Burmese dish, and the actual name and pronunciation is Ono Khao Sui. Whereas in northern Thailand, where it's equally famous, especially in the city of Chiang Mai, it's Khao Soi. And they have so many different versions. I think you could come here just for this dish. Wherever you live in Bombay, you don't need to fly to Bangkok. Just come here and ask for the khao soi. It's off the menu, but it is definitely worth it.
I suggest wherever you're in India, just come here.
Yeah, I have not had, I've been to a few Thai places, I've never been to a place this good. And especially not had a khao soi like this in India. I wish we had a star system, so we can give stars to them. This would be like 5 out of 4.
We don't do shit like that.
We don't do shit like that? Okay, fine. We're not doing shit like that. We're just eating. Breakfast, I've seen people eat this. Lunch, and 2 o'clock in the morning, I've had this. This is happiness. It's got not a lot of dry masalas. It's just basil, chili, garlic sauce. It is spicy. This is really, really good. Little bit is coming. Little bit, you see that? Yeah. Oh. But we also asked the chef to amp up the heat on this. Yeah, so I'm going that khao soi. That khao soi is next level. Like, you know, the Michelin system is made for, if 3 stars, you have to make a special drive to it. So this is one of the places you have to make a special drive just to get the khao soi.
Yeah.
Guys,
I mean, if this restaurant was a 6-hour drive away, I would do it for the khao soi.
Yeah, for sure. So
is it worth it? Fuck yeah, it's worth it.
I'm coming back here if any of the other meals. I might come back here late at night to eat this. Chef, what time do you close? Oh, late night street food. You should have one stall outside just selling this. If you're honest and you're pure to what you want to serve, it comes out. You're getting something real. And Bombay should be thankful for places like this.
I mean, what I've realized is we've been eating here for about an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. It's only now that we mentioned it, we're actually sitting inside the heart of Bombay.
Yeah. We forgot, right? We felt like we were in Thailand. It's Bombay, this is yours, right? You have it right here.
This is a full Thai journey was taken in these 5 dishes. Was a full journey.
And get out of your comfort zone, right? Get out of your comfort zone, try something new. And the chef is one of the friendliest people we've ever met, right? And we're not going to give compliments just because she's fed us a wonderful meal and she's been so nice to us. It's truly, you feel the love, you feel the authenticity.
Before this, I think we have an hour and a half back, cut to that, and I knew green curry, yellow curry.
When you think Thai food, what do you think in your head?
I'm going to say green curry. Green curry, red curry, yellow curry.
Suddenly now there is an array of foods from the Isan food to the northern food. I think we tried them all. Great journey, and she'll take you on that one. So.
Yeah, let the chef guide you. And on that note, like, enough, okay? You guys come here and try this out on your own. Can we just fucking eat now? I know, it's getting cold. Shanky. Look at these bukanangas. Poor guys. Like,
the idea is not us to just pick on this.
No, it is. It's the big focus, sorry. But no. Hey, come on, guys. Come on, producer, director, artist.
Listen, I have an idea. Why are you getting up? Why don't you switch the camera with me?
Oh. So after a very heavy night of drinking, I decided to take the tuk-tuk back. Now tuk-tuk is not a very large vehicle. It's what we call auto rickshaw, they have a tuk-tuk. While I was trying to get out, I tried to get ass first. So essentially, I'm trying to squeeze out of a little hole with my ass first, and one of my legs got stuck in the bar, and my other leg gets stuck in the bar. And then suddenly the entire tuk-tuk starts turning over. Right? So now my ass is driving, it's on 2 wheels, but the guttural inner fear reaction of the tuk-tuk driver, all that came out of him was no. And I slipped out and it slammed back. He didn't take the money, he just drove off. He's like, I'm never with this guy again.